Welcome back. It is day 294 of a road to 2200 ELO on chess.com. We're currently 2075, and the reason why I'm holding this right now, which is not normal, is because I have a board below me, and I will be playing a 15 plus 10 using my chestnut move. So I'm going to be playing on this board. I'm going to switch the camera. You're not going to be seeing me. You're going to be seeing the board. These pieces are really, really cool, and they move on their own. And that's why we're going to be playing 15-10, because I'm going to need the extra time. And if you like the chestnut product and you want to get any of them, you can use my link in the description or code at checkout to save up to 17% off of any of their products. Now let's get into the game. So what I got to do is I actually have to connect to the chestnut app here. Connected here. We can see everything. Now, what I need to do is just put the pieces on the board and watch the magic happen. So we've got all the pieces. We're just gonna start placing them down. I had to make the first move on here just so that we would actually recognize it. And now I have to put the board around, which does kind of suck, but you can already start to see it working. Oh, this is somebody that I'm actually... Okay, so we have a Karo Khan on the board. So we're going to be playing this. And somebody's watching us, apparently. The pieces are actually backwards, so the notation is wrong on my board, but regardless, it's fine. Yeah, so we have a Karo Khan here, and I'm going to be playing the Von Hennig Gambit, of course. Oh no. I gotta... Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're going to be playing the Von Hennig, of course. Like, I didn't need to spend that much time on it, but... Okay, we have the Von Hennig on the board. Let's see how my opponent plays. Okay, they develop their knight, so we're going to push our pawn forward, of course. And let's see what my opponent has in store for me. That angle might be a little bit better. Okay, so they develop their bishop here. And I know on this move, I'm supposed to push. They didn't take, so now we play g4. I think everything looks good now. I think we're okay. So they're sliding the bishop back, and now I'm actually just going to kick the knight away. And probably knight's going to the center, and then I'll take the pawn with the knight. Okay, but instead they move all the way back with their knight. This is a very weird and passive move. It just allows me to take full control of the center. So, I mean, obviously going to take. And now, I mean, I think we're doing pretty well. We got two pawns in the center, two pieces developed. Their knight's awkward. The bishop is applying pressure, of course, but okay, they push there. So, I don't really want to have an isolated pawn, to be honest with you. But I know I need to develop. This is protected by the bishop. Hmm. If I take knight take, but we don't want to do that. So let's just keep developing our pieces. I think it's probably best to develop. We're not down a pawn though because they didn't accept the gambit. Okay, so they capture. Now the question is, do I take with the queen or do I take with the knight? Huh. That is the question. $1 million question. I would say we probably take with the queen here, trying to develop and castle. It also makes it hard to develop their bishop. Or not. Doesn't that just hang a pawn? Can't I just take the G pawn? Attacking the rook? I don't think I'm blundering anything there. We just capture this pawn. Say, okay, we're up a pawn. I mean, it's a scary position, but we should be totally fine here. The rook is now under attack. Yeah, so they have to move the rook over. I mean, I just want to get my bishop out in long castle. To be quite honest with you, definitely think that's probably the best way to play. Probably just bishop up, long castle. I could consider short. Well, no, short castle is not even possible. I'm just going to develop and castle long. That is, I think, a very solid plan here. I don't quite understand what they're supposed to try and do. Okay. Respectable. They're going to start pushing their pawns. But their king's in the center of the board, and they can't. I mean, this isn't going to really end that well for them, I don't think. I mean, I can just play bishop back. And then what? Let's just play solid. Let's protect everything in the position. Play back one square. And we can even potentially push in the center. Push to e5, and then open up the bishop, try to get a trade. Not right now, but potentially. If the knight ever moves, we have queen e5 check too. Not that it's probably not that great of a move, but it is there, and we're just up a pawn at the moment. It would have been very nice if they had like actually accepted the gambit, but we get this. I think big chillin'. Knight comes out. So they're trying to develop their pieces, understandably. I kind of just want to castle long and say, do your best. So, I mean, castle long, is there some... No, surely there's no queen a4 or queen a5. Long castle, queen a5. Everything's protected. I'm just a little bit worried that they are going to push the pawn, but we should be totally fine long castling here. Knight back? That's weird. That's all I'm going to say. It's just very weird. Their king is in the center of the board. I want to play rook d, or I guess it's rook e1, but I need to be careful. I guess maybe I can play knight e5, if knight e5, queen e5. I mean, do I want that? I'll probably end up trading queens, and then we don't really have an attack. Hmm. I would push e5 automatically if it weren't for bishop takes bishop. Well, maybe that's why we should play like rook f. F1? Rook F1 here? Hmm. No, they're trying to play knight here, obviously. They want to try and trap my queen. We actually need to be careful here. Okay, let's just move the rook, and then I'll just play queen to h6. Yeah, they're not even thinking. I mean, obviously that was their idea, right? So now I have to come back with the queen. I just had to make sure that I wasn't getting trapped, of course. We weren't, but still not the most pleasant. I could consider sacking the knight, and then pawn takes, bishop takes, pins the knight to the queen. Ooh, that actually looks pretty nice. But you're giving up a lot of material to get the queen. So I don't know about that. Knight takes, bishop takes. Or knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. I don't have a way to protect. That could actually be pretty strong here. And then, well, okay, they push the pawn. So I can still do my idea. I think I'm gonna sack the knight. Yeah, we're sacking the knight. Oh, but the bishop's not there. I needed to move the bishop first. Takes. So the knight is now pinned. I think they're gonna attack it. Tactics should still work though. I guess I can just slide back. If rook attacks, just bishop back one square. It's still pinned. Oh, queen steps up. They're trying to protect using the rook. That's pretty smart. Maybe I messed that one up. There's not an attack, so I think I can play bishop up here with the intent of playing knight to e5, putting more pressure on the pinned piece. Right now they have to bring the rook to protect, otherwise I'm just taking it and the queen has to take. By the way, the notation is all messed up because I have the board set up incorrectly with the notation, so please bear in mind that it is literally backwards for me right now. So if I'm messing things up, that's why. Long castle? Whoa. I did not see that move. um, well, then, very interesting. Oh no. Oh my gosh. I did not see that. Is it good though? Oh, oh my gosh. You've got to be kidding me. Wow. I did not see that. I'm a little bit afraid now. I might just slide my queen all the way back. Get out of the way. I guess now I'm just hanging the pawn. Oh man. Oh, oh, it's so hard to play over the board. But come on, to be honest, long castles is like, that is a crazy move. I was trying to see if there was any tactics with takes, and then like there's a check, but I don't think the check really does much. Does it? No. I was thinking check, king over, and then maybe skewer, but the knight protects and the bishop can just block. Well, the bishop can't block. Okay, yeah, they decided to just take the pawn. Fair. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna attack the rook or the bishop then. If they trade, I don't think that's a good move for them. Not at all. Because then I get my queen onto a better square, which I want. Although it does look pretty appetizing, because then they win the a7 pawn, but we'll see. We shall see. Time is pretty equal. Oh, you guys can't even see the clocks. Okay. Um, you guys can't see the clocks, which really sucks. But opponent has 10 minutes. I have 5. They threw in a check. I have to block using the knight. Otherwise, I lose the knight. This is going downhill. There's ways for them to blunder. Okay, they drop the bishop back. They're attacking my queen. Very interesting position. I mean, it is not as simple as it may seem. Let's drop our queen back 1 square. We're looking to infiltrate on the back rank. Wouldn't be game over, but it would be very, very tough, I think. If they let my queen get in. Yeah, unfortunately, we're just not going to have blocks for this episode. It's already too late for it anyways. But that really sucks. We'll see what my opponent comes up with here. They can take another seemingly free pawn if they wish, by the way. However, I don't think that's the correct way to start playing. They let my queen onto a better square. My queen was out of the game, and now it's getting back into the game, which I like. Okay, that's an interesting move. The opponent opts to open up the rook. They're not allowing my queen to come in, really. Like I wanted it to. I'm tempted to just take the pawn. Everything here is protected. Fine. Although I have to be careful of bishop in. I could bring my queen in regardless. Yeah, maybe I can bring my queen in and pin it to the king. Queen in. They obviously want to do something here. Like they're planning to pin. Should be worried about it, but I think I can bring my queen back. If knight here, if I go queen there, they have knight back, and then I'm just losing. So I guess I'm just gonna take a pawn. We're attacking the rook. They can take the rook and then, or they can take the knight, rook takes, and then pin. Their king is getting swarmed. They can't allow any checks. I think they're gonna sack the rook because I mean, it's possible. It's possible to be played, of course. No, they just take a pawn. Yo, no way. There's no way that that's the right move. Because now the knight is blocking this. So queen in. I think that was actually incorrect. Because now I can play queen in. If knight back, I just take it. And I'm threatening check king up with discovered attacks with the knight, which would win the queen, potentially. But of course, they can win the knight now. But I give a check first, I think. Okay, knight back, so we're going to take that, of course. Or do I go check? We take that. King takes. I mean, I was believing in this. Maybe I shouldn't be. Okay, let's bring the queen back with check. They're gonna block with the bishop, and then I'm gonna play queen check. This is not going where I wanted it to go, but and they can't go onto this file. Not possible. Block with the bishop. Now we need to give a check, of course. He moves over. Yeah, let's give another check. It's getting very interesting. I have 3 minutes, they have 5. You step. King. You just step over. So I do have other checks. I'm just going to give a check. I need to gain a little bit of time, and also, I'd hate to admit it, but we are kind of playing for a draw here. Oh, wait. Now I can give a check with the rook. Ooh, this is looking pretty decent. Okay, let's go check. If queen takes, queen takes. And the knight can't block because I'm going to bring my queen in. The knight is actually being a really nice defender right now. So I might actually be swarming. Okay, then bring the bishop back. Let's throw this check in. Getting very, very interesting. King goes there. Whoa. Okay, let's get rid of that. I gotta get rid of it. I don't have enough time to really do this. I don't think that was correct, though. Ugh. This pin on my knight's very annoying. Rook takes. I kind of just helped them, didn't I? Okay, let's trade. They can't take with the king. They have to take with the knight. But then I go check. Oh, wait a second. If you take with the king, I win the queen. This is very, very tricky. I didn't really actually see any of this, but now I'm seeing it. Okay, so now we bring the queen in. Bishop blocks. And now, I think... I want to move my king. Okay, let's move our king out of the way. Let's get out of that nasty pin. We're technically down material, but this is not so simple. I think what they're going to do is attack my rook. Now I do need to speed up because this board isn't great for being low on time. Although we do have 10 sync increments, so that should help us a lot. But my point stands. Oh, knight back. Okay, I understand. Where do I want to go? I just said I need to speed up. I almost think I have to protect my rook because they want to pin me. But let's go here. Let's attack the pawn. Actually, no, that's just dumb. Because now they're going to attack my knight. That was actually a pointless move. Ah, shoot. Ah, they're getting the better of me now. Yeah, it's just an easy move, and now I have to invest another move into it. Unfortunately. Quite a wild position. But I don't think we're gonna be able to pull this one off. Unfortunately. We're down to 1 minute 13. Opponent has 240. They can never really move the knight because they'll just give checks. So moving the knight would be fatal. Actually, moving the knight would actually be completely losing. Because I go in with check and then I have a discovered attack. Okay, they developed their bishop. So now they're attacking my knight again. I have checks, of course, but I don't want that. We just need to move the knight and trade. So let's just move the knight and then trade the rook. Okay, they take. Take back, of course. And yeah, it's not good. As simple as that. That knight on the edge of the board is just doing such a phenomenal job of defending the king, even though the king has no defense. At the end of the day, we're only down a pawn though. My opponent is playing a little bit slow now, and I have 3 passed pawns for a piece. Now they're trying to develop their knight. I think what I need to do is just make a left. I just need to move my pawn, make room for my king, so I'm never getting back ranked. Okay, they take a pawn there. I actually don't care about that. Let's now bring our queen out. We need to try and infiltrate. They can give me a check. I'll just step up. Whole point of moving my pawn. 52 to 120, so that time gap is filling in. But I need to make moves automatically. I can't be thinking. I do have ways to infiltrate. And I'm threatening maybe a check with the queen. We are now equal on time. I wish that you guys could see the clock, but next time I'll make sure that it's set up better. Tick tock on the clock, my friend. Tick tock on the clock. Although they do have the advantage that they don't have to wait for the pieces to move like I do. So as cool as this board is. Wait. No. Okay, let's throw in a check. The knight is going back again. What is happening? Why is it going through the side of the board? And have to come back and just protect my knight because they're threatening check to pick up the knight. They really want a queen trade. Although now I can give a check. No, I can't. I'll give this check then. Bishop. Seconds. I don't want to lose my knight accidentally. So I'm just going to push my pawn. Protect the knight. Now they're going to start pushing their pawn. I'm going to step up with the king. Maybe they'll blunder this pawn. Check. Well, no, never mind. They bring their knight back. Oh, shoot. Let's go all the way back to the back rank. I'm very, very scared. Push the pawn. I had 20 seconds. Oh, no. Time for this. Panicking. I have no moves. Push. Held by the knights. Oh, that's such a nice move. Dang. Okay, I have to go back. Dang it. They were able to sack the pawn because the knight's hanging. If I didn't push that pawn before, it wouldn't have been hanging. Oh, that's an illegal move. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. No. Alright. I ran out of time. Oh, shoot. So we did have an advantage, but yeah, opponent just played good, and they kind of played this in a weird way. And apparently here we should have, instead of playing e4, I should have went for h4, trying to trap the bishop, but okay, this isn't too bad. And then queen here is a blunder because I just take the pawn, and now you're kind of stuck. And we got a really, really, really nice position here. But instead of sacrificing, I should have played here, apparently. Kind of locking it all down. And then we have this sacrifice. Just opening up the entire king side. And I was trying to avoid trading this because, you know, for obvious reasons. Ah, dang. But we get this position, and it's kind of equal. I missed long castle by a long shot. Yeah, I mean, long castle is really the only way for them to prove their advantage, and bishop e3 are the only two moves. This is slightly worse, and it's deemed a mistake, apparently. But long castle is just like, okay. And then they took. We should have moved their knight, but yeah, that knight on the edge of the board was like crazy. And then here we're supposed to trade and then take the rook. What? Why did I not do that? I didn't want to trade because I was down material. And then even here we should play rook up, hitting both of these. Bishop bins. And check. King over. And then we sack the rook. Oh, because if takes, we have check. And we're still winning, but we needed to play rook up. And then here, it just allowed them to block everything. And their knight just was a beast. Their knight defended everything, and we just slowly lost, and then we had no time. So, good game. And if you enjoyed that type of video and you enjoyed the Chestnut product, make sure you check out their website. Use code APEX to save up to 17% off of any other product. It doesn't have to be the Move. It could be any. It could be the Evo, the Pro, the Go, all of them. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow.